Welcome to Story Lab. This week we're gonna meet a colorful guy who is feeling blue because his brothers were green with envy.
But he was tickled pink when God showed him the silver lining.
That's pretty good.
Hey, I'm Carter.
And I'm Zeke.
This month we're talking about ways we can see God at work in history.
And how we can see God at work right now.
And we're doing this again?
Oh yeah, but this time it's different. Before, I didn't have a catchphrase or my super secret superhero alter ego. Now I am Captain Zeke.
So your secret identity includes your real name?
It's a work in progress.
And your catchphrase?
Splazoink! Bamazam! Shamoon! It's also a work in progress.
I would assume that Captain Zeke has a superpower?
Oh, yes. Using the fabulous powers given to him when standing too close to the microwave while nuking a burrito, Captain Zeke has the power to move objects using only his mind waves.
Yeah, that's what you said last time. Care to demonstrate?
Happy to oblige, good citizen.
Here, there. Ooh. Okay, now I will move the cell phone from the table to my pocket without touching that backpack.
Man, get out of here. You can't do that.
Yeah, it's already done. Look.
Let me see.
See, I didn't touch the backpack.
Behold the power of Captain Zeke.
I can't believe I just fell for that.
Shaboodle!
You know, a cape usually causes trouble for a superhero.
Do not mock the power of the cape.
No, I'm not saying what you wear doesn't matter. In fact, it can affect you and how you feel.
Oh, really?
And I know a way to prove it.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Let's do it! Did you know the color of your clothes can affect how cool you feel? Though, scientifically speaking, I always feel cool.
That specific data aside, let's test this theory, if you will, amigo.
All right. So we got white, orange, and black.
Yeah. So, what do you think? Will one of these t-shirts hold more heat from the sun than the other one?
Well, where's the sun? Sun?
These lamps are gonna be our sun today, but you can do this outside on a sunny day.
And these will help.
Indeed. Step 1, place a thermometer under each shirt. Now, we'll wait at least 15 minutes, then see if the color of each shirt has an effect on the amount of heat it holds.
50 or 15?
15.
15,
Yep,
okay.
Yep.
That shouldn't take too long.
No. The Fast-O-Matic?
Fast-O-Matic.
Yep. That's 15 minutes. Carter, what's the temperature of your white shirt?
Okay, let's see. I got 80 degrees.
All right. Will the temperature for the orange shirt be higher or lower than 80 degrees? What do you think?
I say 1.
Okay. Here we are, orange shirt. 83 degrees.
That is warmer. Now, what about the black shirt?
Okay. 90 degrees. That's 10 degrees warmer than the white shirt.
And that, my friends, is because light has energy.
When light hits something white, most of that energy is reflected away.
But orange absorbs some of the energy, and black absorbs the most energy. That's why our black t-shirt here got warmer than the other two.
Wonder what we discover if we tested all the colors.
Well, speaking of many colored clothes,
It's time for
The story before the story.
Today we're in Genesis, the very first book in the Bible. In the beginning, God created the whole world and everything in it, including people.
we were made in the image of God, to be friends with God.
But the first people chose to go their own way. When they turned from God, the world was broken, and so was our friendship with God.
Sin and darkness crept in.
But from the beginning, God had a plan to restore it all.
God chose a man named Abraham and promised to bless the whole world through his family.
Abraham had a son named Isaac,
Isaac had a son named Jacob,
and Jacob had 12 sons.
which is where our story starts.
Take it away.
Hey everybody, I'm Brian. Just as God had promised, Abraham's family was growing. His grandson Jacob had 12 sons and 1 daughter. Can you imagine having that many siblings? It's a whole football team! Parents aren't supposed to have a favorite kid, but Jacob did, his second to youngest son, Joseph. In fact, Jacob showed that Joseph was the favorite by giving him a fancy, colorful robe. And pretty soon, Joseph started acting like he was the main character. He told his brothers about 2 dreams God gave him. Dreams showing that one day, his whole family would bow before him. And you can bet that did not go over so well.
Do you plan to be king over us? Will you really rule over us?
Finally, Joseph's brothers had had enough. They threw him into an empty well and then sold him to traders who took him to Egypt to be enslaved. That's pretty bad, right? But don't worry, it gets worse. In Egypt, Joseph was put to work in the house of Potiphar, who served as captain of the guard for Pharaoh, the king. Now, Joseph could have thrown a pity party for himself and given up, but instead, Joseph trusted God and worked hard. He quickly earned Potiphar's trust.
From this moment, I place everything in my household under your direction.
And Joseph lived happily ever after. The end. Actually, no, because after some time, Potiphar's wife told a lie about Joseph, and he was thrown into jail. But even in prison, Joseph trusted that God was still with him. So he kept working hard, and soon the jailer put him in charge of the other prisoners. One day, 2 prisoners, Pharaoh's baker and his wine taster, had strange dreams. With God's help, Joseph told them the meaning of those dreams. The wine taster was freed from prison, just as Joseph saw in the dream. But even though the wine taster had promised to help Joseph, he forgot. 2 whole years later, Pharaoh himself had some strange dreams. And that's when the drink taster, finally remembered Joseph. So, Pharaoh immediately called for Joseph.
God has shown you what will happen. 7 years with plenty of food are coming, but after that, 7 years without much food will come. So find someone wise to store up food in the good years.
God has made all this known to you. I'm putting you in charge.
Straight from prison, Joseph was made second in command over all of Egypt. God had used those hard years Joseph spent working for Potiphar and in prison to make Joseph a strong and wise leader. For 7 years of good harvests, Joseph instructed the people to store up food. Then, just as God had said, a time came when the crops failed. Everyone came to Joseph for food. Now remember Joseph's family? His dad, Jacob, and 11 brothers? Like everybody else, they had no food. So Jacob sent his sons to Egypt to get something to eat. Twice, actually. After all those years, the brothers didn't recognize Joseph, but he recognized them. Joseph didn't reveal himself to them right away, but finally told them,
I am your brother Joseph. I'm the one you sold into Egypt.
The brothers were terrified. What if Joseph wanted to pay them back for the terrible way they treated him?
Don't be angry with yourselves. God sent me ahead of you to save many lives.
Then Joseph instructed his brothers to bring Jacob and all their families to Egypt, where they would have enough to eat for the remaining 5 years of famine. As Joseph told his brothers, "You planned to harm me, but God planned it for good." Because Joseph continued to trust God when things got tough, God used Joseph to save his entire family. And more than 1,000 years later, Jesus, God's son, would be born into this same family. The end.
Joseph's story just kept getting worse and worse.
Yeah, until God came and took him from the prison straight to the palace.
Yeah, God can bring good from even the most difficult stories.
So, what's our part in the story?
Well, Joseph faced some pretty terrible situations, but instead of giving up, he trusted that God was still at work in his life. His faith helped him keep going, even when things got tough.
And faith is trusting in what you can't see because of what you can see.
When we look at Joseph's story and the ways that God has worked throughout history, we see how God can bring good out of hard things.
So, when something difficult or unfair happens, you can trust that God is still with you.
Like if your entire class gets punished for something that only a few kids did.
Or you get sick and you have to cancel your birthday party.
Or you don't get to play as much as the other kids on your team.
When you have to deal with hard things, remember that you are not alone. In the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus himself faced arrest and even death, but He chose to trust that God would bring good from even this terrible time.
And because of Jesus, we can be restored to relationship with God forever.
Now that's what I call good.
You got it. See you next time.
So, here's the thing. You can trust God when things get tough.
When you're under pressure.
When you're feeling the heat.
Oh, about that. Okay, I got 86 degrees for green.
Okay. Oh, wait. Lime green or emerald green?
I didn't write that down. Ugh, we're gonna have to do it again.
We'll figure it out. Thanks for joining us in the Story Lab. See you next time.
Okay, this is like dark green. Where's my purple shirt?
It's right here.
Oh.
It's a nice color. Look good?
Yeah. Matches your eyes.
Thanks.
Hello, everyone. We invite you to explore this week's Family Activity Guide. You can download it from our Facebook parent group, our website, or access it directly on your phone. Inside, you'll find engaging activities that make it easy to deepen your elementary child's understanding of God's Word. It includes helping you talk about today's Bible story. It gives you an activity to complete together. It guides you through prayer and so much more. Choose when and how you'll like to use these valuable resources, and you'll be amazed at how much your child learns and grows in their faith right at home. We have one amazing in-person Sunday service for kids. If your family is interested in attending in-person service, please join us on either our Birmingham, Alabama, or Columbus, Georgia campus. For more details about the in-person service on the campus you attend, special days when we worship together in the main sanctuary as a family, and much more, please visit faithchapel.net/family for more details. Enjoy your day.